This is not what I wanted to do, but I have a family, like I have kids, and who's gonna support them? I became a widow. I had lost my husband in a car accident, and I had 7 babies total, single mom. So I interviewed, they just asked me what I felt about abortion. She said, how do you feel about women getting abortions? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's her choice. I was always about, women's rights. So I started pretty much the next day. Every day I would go to work, there would be protesters is what they called them there. We weren't allowed to speak to them, but I would speak to the ones that were out there praying. They had rosaries. So I walked up to a lady and I said, can I have a rosary? And she looked at me like, sure. Like, do you know how to pray to the rosary? I was like, I do. This is not what I wanted to do, but I have a family, like I have kids, and who's gonna support them? And I explained that to her, and she's like, can I just pray for you? And I'm like, sure. So the lady out front gave me this flyer that said, and then there were none. She's like, when you're ready to leave, they can help you. And I'm like, okay. But I just put it somewhere, forgot about it. This young girl came in, and I was a counselor at that time. I counseled her. Her boyfriend didn't want any kids, none at all, didn't matter. So she went in, had her ultrasound, and I just remember when the ultrasound girl gasped, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, there's 4 of them. It was identical quadruplets. So she called her boyfriend and explained, it's not 1, there's 4, I can't, and he told her, I don't care how many there is, I don't want any. So we scheduled her for the surgical. She came in, she was still unsure I would not sign off. I wouldn't do it. The doctor eventually decided not to do it. She was being coerced by her boyfriend. So then the next day, we're closing up, and all I remember was her walking in excruciating pain. Her boyfriend had taken her to another clinic where they gave her the pills, the misoprostol pills, to start the process. And she was bleeding. And we just took her in the bathroom, but when we took her stuff off, a baby fell in the toilet, and there was 2 more hanging. It wasn't until I saw that those little babies that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I cried, went home, had nightmares, looked at my own babies, thinking to myself, how could I participate in this? I was just like, I really need a job. Like, what am I gonna do for money now? Well, I'm cleaning my house and I find the flyer and I see Abby Johnson. And I'm leaving Planned Parenthood, but I have to tell this lady from 40 Days for Life, I have to tell her. And I said, I want you to know today's my last day. And she cried. I was like, please just pray for me, because I don't know what I'm gonna do from here. Just pray for me. She prayed over me. And that's the last time that I stepped foot in that Planned Parenthood. I just never came back.